On behalf of your fellow students, welcome to the Rice community. In many ways, I wish I were sitting where you are today. Each and every one of you have so many opportunities, so many possibilities in front of you. It's almost dizzying to consider. This week you will receive, willingly or not, torrents of advice and guidance. Instead of being one more voice in the crowd today, however, I just wanted to tell you two stories about my time at Rice. My first story is about connecting the dots. During the spring semester of my sophomore year, as part of my involvement in the Student Association, I set up a meeting with Provost McClendon, the Chief Academic Officer of the university, and 3 other students to discuss entrepreneurship at Rice. As we walked out of the meeting, he asked me what I was going to do the following summer, and I had mentioned that I was going to do some 3D printing research and thought nothing much more about that conversation. Fast forward 3 or 4 months later, at the end of the summer, and I received a cryptic email on my iPhone from the provost with the subject follow-up, asking if I wanted to give him a call about an entrepreneurial opportunity relating to 3D printing. Nervous and a little bit creeped out, I made the phone call, and from there it was, as they say, history. Over the past year, I've helped to co-found SteamTracks, a startup that brings 3D printers and associated K-12 curriculum to thousands of students nationwide. Most importantly, I have had the incredible opportunity to truly impact and excite young students about science and engineering. You have no idea where the people you meet or the connections you make at Rice will lead to, just as I had no idea that a comment mentioned in passing would lead to one of the most meaningful things I've been able to do with my time. Pro tip: at Rice, not only can you actually get away with asking someone far more important than you to meet for coffee or lunch, sometimes they will pay for you as well. If this is the only thing you'll take away from me today, at least I can say I taught you how to get a free lunch. My second story is about slowing down and getting weird. Like many of you, I came into Rice with many aspirations. I was a bioengineering major, in addition to pursuing a mathematical economics analysis major, and possibly even a minor in energy policy studies. In my first year, I took 18 credit hours each semester, joined a research group in the BRC, became a certified EMT through Rice EMS, played club water polo, and served in both my college government and campus-wide committees. In between all that, I was even able to make time to go to parties. Armed with my countless credentials and impeccable involvement, I was going to conquer the world. My sophomore year, I doubled down my addiction on business. I ran for the Student Association vice president. I coordinated OEEC. I would stay up till 3 or 4 in the morning, and then miss my morning classes the next day. Studying for tests last minute, I would skip meals and find myself at night wondering why I was so hungry. At the end of my sophomore year, when I went home for 2 weeks, I realized something had snapped. I lay in my bed staring at the ceilings for hours each day. I didn't know what I was doing or why I was doing it. After a while, it finally came to me. I was using busyness to distract myself from real life. I had convinced myself that doing as much as possible would get me further. When I came back from my junior year, a lot of things changed. I dropped everything but my bioengineering major and took the minimum number of credit hours. I quit all of the clubs and activities I had been involved in and focused just on the Student Association. I took a meditation course and started time actually thinking about myself, what I enjoyed doing, and what I wanted to do. I remembered that I really enjoyed making food and bought a juicer. Instead of stressing out late at night, I juiced with my friends. I learned that carrot juice is the base of almost all good juices. I learned that you should also never juice a banana. By slowing down, I actually sped up. I embraced my inner weirdo and focused on the things that really mattered to me and that I really enjoyed, like juice. I wish I hadn't wasted my first 2 years at Rice. I wish I hadn't taken more than 15 credit hours my first semester, and I wish I would have just chosen 1 or 2 activities to pursue and try out. I wish I had slowed down earlier and done more weird, unconventional things. Anyways, those are my 2 stories about connecting the dots and slowing down and getting weird. I hope that you can learn from some of my experiences so far. Before I get kicked off the stage, I want to teach you all one thing. So if everybody could stand up and put your thumbs together like this and stick your arms straight up in the air. Give it a few flaps and smell the underarms of your neighbor to the right and to your left. This is the Rice University Owl. You can sit down.